Aloha, it's Christy with the Scrap-alicious Applique channel. Today I want to show you a little mini collapsible thread catcher that I designed that you can take with you on the go and put it in your sewing bag. So if you twist it and push in the bottom, it makes this cute little kaleidoscope. I keep it in my sewing kit in these sew together bags. You can buy the pattern and make these yourself. I don't sell it, someone else does, but there's great YouTube tutorials on how to do this. But anyway, today I'm going to show you how to do this. I provide the free pattern and a tutorial is going to follow, so join me and let's have some fun making it. Hi, it's Christy. We're back. I like to make videos that are short and sweet, so I'm going to go through this procedure rather quickly. At the bottom of the video, you will see a link to the pattern and supply list, but I'm not going to go over it in length here. You can print it and read it on your own. So that is available. There's the directions on the back. Feel free to share it with friends. And if you like this video when you're done, hit like and please subscribe to my channel. So the little thread catcher is quite handy. I carry it in my applique supply bag that goes with me everywhere. You just push it out, it untwists, and it doesn't like to stand very well after it's been in the bag. So I take a piece of the Templar plastic, 8.5 by 2.5, and I roll this up and I stick it inside. And then it holds its shape really nicely when you're using it. Then when I'm done, I just pull it out, shrink it back, and then this tucks into my applique bag, this piece of plastic in that. And I like it much better that way. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is to pick out a pretty piece of fabric that you like, or use up your scraps and make it scrappy. You'll need 2 circles that are the same. So I put a little bit of glue on the edge of the ring, just a very tiny bit, and set it down on the fabric. And then you're going to trace around the ring. And then when you cut it out about 3/16 of an inch bigger than the circle that you drew on the wrong side of the fabric. Then you're going to take a needle and do a knot on one end, and then you're going to do a running stitch all the way around. And when you get to the end where the knot is, do another half stitch right by the knot, but don't catch the knot. Go on this side of the knot and go in and then come out about a half stitch there. What it does is it creates a little locking stitch for when you pull this thread. So before we pull that, we need to prepare what's going to go inside of our little cookie. So we also need to cut out 2 pieces of Templar plastic, and I do the same thing. Put a little glue on the outside edge so it doesn't slip around. Put it down here. I trace my circle, and then when you cut it out smaller, not bigger. So here's a ring giving an example. So you'll cut it just about 1/16 of an inch smaller. So there's the smaller piece that I cut out of the middle. And the reason for that will appear shortly. You also need 2 circles of batting, and when you cut the batting, you will do the same procedure as you did with the plastic, where you draw the batting, the same circle of the ring, and then when you cut it out, you'll do it a 1/16 less so that it comes out a little smaller. So you'll need 2 of those. So you need 2, 2, 2. So the next step after you get that prepared is you're going to put one of the batting circles inside. So put that on top, and then you're going to pull it so that that shrinks up all around there. And then you're just going to tie a knot to secure it. And then you'll end up with 2 cookies, 2 half-a cookies, like an Oreo. And you're going to sew these together. I take a little Wonder Clip to hold it, and then I slip stitch, whatever style of slip stitch you like to do, so it's nice and tidy and as visible as you can get it, all the way around the edge. So that's ready for the next step. Let's put those out of our way. The next step is your sleeve that creates the outside. So you'll need another piece of fabric, 9.5 by 8 inches, and you're going to press the long sides under 1/4 of an inch. I like to use the handy Clover pressing tool because it doesn't get hot and it doesn't melt. And if you don't like burning your fingers, these are really handy as well. These little heat shields, Jai-Tai heat shields. It's J-A-T-A-I. Those are very, very handy. I keep them by the iron. So we did that. Let's throw it over there. Then you're going to, I guess I better put that back over here. So you have it pressed like that. So you're just going to fold it in half, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam along this short side. And you will end up with a nice little sleeve. I did not have a sleeve board here at our winter home, so I just rolled up a wash rag and pinned it to hold its shape, and then pressed my seam open because I don't want to have this part pressed. I want to have a nice round circle. That's what I did there. And then you're going to take your sleeve and fold it down and try to get these edges matched up. So you fold it down and make a half sleeve. So you have a pretty inside and a pretty outside, and you have the raw edges at the bottom. So you're going to take your little ring, raw edges, well, not raw, they've been turned under, but the open end, you want your ring so that the ring is going to be at the top. So you're going to insert that. Try to not being very cooperative here. So after you get it inserted, you want to push it as snug as you can to the inside. Get it right up in there. And so that, and you want your ends to meet nicely after it's snugged in there. I kind of just take my fingers like that, and you can work it around. And once you get that in there, then I take some pins and I pinch that tight, and I pin really tight and go all the way around and do that with the ring. So you'll pin it all the way around. Then you're going to take a basting stitch, you know, just maybe 1/4 inch stitches all the way around. Those stitches won't show when you're done. So you do that all the way around to hold that ring in place. And once that's in place, you get to do the fun part. I take a little can that the ring will fit over. So it's about, it's in the directions what the height is. I think it was 5 inches. So that it can slip over nice and easy. This is just going to give you the ability to have more fingers. Okay, so the next step is pull your inside, pull the inside out. So there's your inside. And that's when you're going to slip it over like that. So there's your inside. I do a running stitch, a gathering stitch around the outside again, because I'm going to pull that in to fit my ring. So I take the ring, decide which side you want, in or out. This will be in, and that other side is going to be the outside, because right now we're doing the inside of the container. And you'll pull that gathering stitch, and then you'll pin this around the edge, and you'll do a slip stitch again to hold that in place. And after you get that held into place, then you're going to push it back through your ring. You're going to push it back through, and you'll end up with it on this side. So then turn it over. You'll be able to do another gathering stitch on the outside piece of fabric. And then you'll be able to pull that and sew it to the ring. And then you're finished once you get that sewn down. So that's what it looks like on the outside after you slip stitched it shut. On the inside, I just want to go back through there. It's just as tidy. So both sides. And see your stitches. It's nice to have them. I mean, they're going to be hidden. You won't see them, but it really comes out quite nicely. And that's what you end up with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my instructions. I'm new at this. This is my first video I've done. I'm losing my voice already. So anyway, have fun.